should already know what this is. And for those in a second. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, Watkins Cows, how you doing? Serafina, Aquafina, how you doing? Well, here I am, manifested. Just fine. Well, you need to manifest some good health for yourself. We definitely gonna manifest the best for you here. I'm doing excellent. I feel fan-fucking-tastic. Looking pretty damn good too, ain't I? Yeah. Just fine. Y'all'll be all right. I guarantee it. Vibe. Just let it seep in. Yeah. We in this full moon vibration. And this is a Gemini full moon. So, we need to get stimulated. Oh, yeah. Now we skipping that. And there it is. Let's run that back. If you haven't smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time to do so. I mean, like, right now. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, shit, just allow me to be the smile on your face. 'Cause At the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe. So we vibing. Now everything is vibration. Now I got you vibrating. You said when we have a full moon like we are now, do I feel where it is? Like where I have Gemini in my chart? I have before. I wouldn't say I necessarily feel it right this second. It's square to my moon, so I definitely have a lot of energy, but it's in my 8th house. So it's a little different. It's a little deeper. But that's all right. Fine. And it's not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions here. We're here for education. Education's through stimulation, not simulation. Oh no. This is a Gemini full moon through experience. Through intuitive insight. Through realizations. We don't need no revelations. Just vibe. I need everybody to make sure they hit that like button as they come in my door. And in doing so, understand this is not about ego. Oh no. This is about algorithm. This just helps us expand the platform. That way, if you're not trying to hear what we're trying to say, at least we can get out to the next motherfucker who is. Fine. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Mondays or the mundane. I like that. We got a full moon on Lunis. Moon day, Monday. I'm liable to start howling. As Big Mo once said, baby, it's just a dog in me. You know us guys all are. Fine. Cheryl Gray. Wait. You tuned in with the motherfucking smile on your face. Now, all we gonna do today is touch on the transits and elaborate on the aspects, and then we just gonna conversate, communicate, learn from each other, talk about whatever needs to be spoken on. Just vibe. Thunder of quantum. You got Gemini in the 7th house, you get bored with people real fast. You're seeking stimulation. You are stimulating, exhilarating, fascinating. Yeah. All of that, and you need it. You're trying to get involved with somebody you can learn from. You're trying to extract all of the information that could be obtained from every experience for each person. Yeah, I know you. Chinese Drea. What's up, play? See, this is the vibration. This is what a Gemini full moon feels like, sounds like, vibrates with. Can you feel that? It's electric and effervescent. Just like that. Yeah. It's love. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe, Thunder of Quantum. You are now a part of the PrIcElEs family. Yeah. Welcome. It's about that time for you to open up your will and let me crawl into your mind. Just one time. Tina Clara Marie, good morning to you from me. Yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We finna talk about it. Now let's talk about what's going on cosmically, if you will. Can y'all hear me loud enough? Do I need to adjust my mic? See, the sun now sits at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. So hey, this is where you have to stay optimistic, stay open-minded, independent, and willing to learn. Then you're able to extract maximum positivity from every experience. Because even the lessons are blessings. You just live it, love it, learn it. Yeah. This sad season. Welcome. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is where you fuck around and find out, huh? What you want to know. Yeah. The truth that you're seeking is in the everyday experience. See, I realized that I spent so much time worrying about dying that I forgot about living. And that's bullshit. Like, I just need to remember I just gotta live every day. Get up, be positive, and live. Create, learn. If it's going down, it's going down. Fuck it, I'm in the experience now. That's liberating. That's a spiritual experience. I don't think you hear me, though. Now, let's talk about the moon. See, well, before we even go to the moon, let's first understand that the sun is conjunct to Mars and opposite to the moon still. We're past the apex of the full moon energy. That happened about 6-7 hours ago. But where we're at now is still in this evolution of this energy, in the waning part of the full moon. But we still in the experience. Cliche as it might sound. Opposite to the moon in Gemini. And when I see Gemini and Sagittarius as an axis, I first ask myself, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? And that's kind of where you got to be at today. You got to be active. You got to stay stimulated. Boredom is not your friend. That's where you might find yourself becoming mischievous. You need to be talking to people. You need to be moving around. Yeah. As I said a few minutes ago, with the full moon in Gemini, opposite to Mars. Well, with the sun conjunct to Mars, let's look at it like this. This is about education through stimulation, not simulation. So it's about experience. It's about doing. It's about being active. It's about living and learning, talking and walking. Yeah. Playing and winning and playing and losing. Choosing, making mistakes, and then choosing again. See, that's what that is. Okay, I fucked up. Now I know. But that was kind of fun, right? Let's see what this does now. Let's talk about this now. Stay stimulated. If not, mischief could ensue. With the full moon in Gemini, you have to stay stimulated, because if not, mischief could ensue. Now also understand the sun is in conjunct to Jupiter. The Sagittarius sun is in conjunct to Jupiter and Taurus. So the laziness ain't gonna help you. You have to find a way to be safe, but still gamble. See, the quincux is an infamiliarity. Them two energies, they just don't have much in common. Sagittarius and Taurus, they just don't have much in common. Sagittarius is masculine, Taurus is feminine. Sagittarius is a fire sign, Taurus is an earth sign. Sagittarius is mutable, Taurus is fixed. How can you learn if you're sitting still? Well, don't sit still. Just play it as safe as possible. Matter of fact, play it slow while you're in the experience so you can enjoy the whole thing. Let's look at it like that. There's the trick with Sagittarius and Taurus. Take it slow in the experience. Take your time so you can enjoy the whole thing. Because I'm finna give it to you the long way. The long way. That's where we at with this. This is the Gemini full moon vibration. Education through stimulation, not simulation. No, baby, this is experience. You live and you learn. You talk and you walk. You make mistakes. You come back, make another mistake. But it's hard because, see, you have the Black Moon Lilith standing square to both of these. The Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. Sitting square to both the sun and the moon. So, looking at the Black Moon Lilith being square to both the sun and the moon with this full moon here. You can think too much, criticize, overanalyze, be too technical. No. You gotta live, you gotta get out and do it. You can't be so technical, baby. You can't think so motherfucking much. You worrying too much. How you gonna have any fun? How you gonna learn anything? I don't think you hear me though. But you'll learn. This is a full moon in Gemini. You will learn. Yeah. Now let's talk about Mercury. See, Mercury sits at 25 degrees of Sagittarius. And see, this right here is where people can be a little extra, a little blunt. There is this energy where it seems like everybody has a point they're trying to get across. So conversations can feel real propagandish. And not only that, people are being blunt. It feels like they're not listening to what you're trying to say. And you have so much that you want to say. Right? And motherfuckers think they're right. Everybody thinks they're right. But the problem with that is somebody has to be wrong. Somebody has to be mistaken. Somebody might be missing some key details, and it might be you. Might be me. So you got to be willing to make adjustments. That's what seeing the big picture is really about. Now, intuition is going to be on point. But because of that, people are going to think that they're right. They're going to think, no, this is what my intuition is telling me. Fuck that. And with Mercury and Sagittarius, people are going to be blunt. Now, being blunt doesn't always mean honesty. And a lot of people are going to be being honest. But just because you're being honest doesn't make what you're saying true. That's something to remember with Mercury and Sagittarius. All right. And Mercury is square to Neptune. So people could be mistaken about shit. They could be completely mistaken about some bullshit. They could be only seeing what they want to see. You could be somebody who only believes what you want to believe, regardless of what the truth is. That causes confusion. I need a few more of y'all to hit that like button for me, though. Please, if you will. Before I get mad and go home. Yeah. This is not my final form. I could turn werewolf on y'all. Now. This is not my final form. I could turn werewolf. Let me fix my hat. Hold up. Hold up. Let's talk about Venus. Because Venus is doing a little something. See, Venus is at 21 degrees of Libra here. All right. And that's fine. People are sociable. People feel relatable with other people. People want to relate with other people. They find other people's company pleasant. But there is this thing where how things look might be a little bit more important than how things are. There could be some superficiality. All right. Now, what's interesting about that is Venus is in conjunct to Uranus. And when I say in conjunct, I'm talking about a quincunx. Okay? Venus is in conjunct to Uranus in Taurus. Now, these are both Venetian ruled. This is Venus in Libra in conjunct to Uranus in Taurus. Venetian ruled here. All right? And so, here's the thing with that. Look at Uranus being in Taurus. Somebody wanting something to appear a certain way could have somebody spending more than something is worth. You wanting to relate with someone or you wanting to be involved with someone might not be doing the best thing for you. That's another thing in certain situations. It could be or it couldn't be. But that's up to the individual situation. A quincunx is not, or an in conjunction, however you want to look at it, is not necessarily a negative aspect. It is what I would assess as a neutral or a growth aspect. That means you have to learn how to work with it in order for it to be positive. If not, it can be frustrating. It's not necessarily going to be bad like a square, but it can definitely be frustrating for you. All right. So you got to get your motherfucking mind right. Now, Jayski, I have seen The Office, fam. Of course I've seen The Office. I'm an American, aren't I? Deuce, deuce. What it was. Just let that vibe seep in. Now, this could also be a very creative time. It could be a very sensual and sexy time too. With Venus in conjunct to Jupiter, you just gotta be careful. You can spend too much, do too much. Not in conjunct Jupiter, Uranus, pardon me. The sun is in conjunct Jupiter. And Venus is in conjunct to Uranus. Unexpectedly. That could be an unexpected attraction to something. And that has you acting out of character or moving beyond the realm of safety. It's not something that's usually attractive to you either, but it's like something about it means, oh, I need that. I want that. I want to touch it, taste it, feel it, smell it. I like looking at it. Come here. But this is something that's fleeting. Don't fuck up your situation for something that's fleeting. You hear me? Don't spend more money than you have to spend on something that you don't really need. Because it looks nice in that moment. Don't put too much energy into something that was a bad investment to begin with. I don't think you hear me. Now, you also might find that I usually wouldn't do this, but I did it. And now I'm having a lot of fucking fun. And you know what? I tried something that I normally wouldn't try. And I'm making some motherfucking money. So that's the thing. You have to find out how that quincux or that in conjunction works for you personally. You got to find a way to work with it. If not, it could be frustrating. It could be a lesson learned instead of a blessing gained. But either way, isn't it a blessing? This is a Gemini full moon after all. I need a few more of y'all to hit that like button for me. We're just getting started here. Yeah. Now, that brings us to Mars. Now, Mars is conjunct to the sun and opposite to the moon. But Mars is also still square to Saturn. And Mars is sitting at 2 degrees of Sagittarius at the moment. So it's conjunct to my natal Saturn. Oh, shit. That's my second house. Somebody trying to make me spend some goddamn money. Or we just gonna have to make it work for us and make some motherfucking money. I like that. Now, Mars sitting at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. First of all, being a fire sign, Mars is gonna do great in Sagittarius. It's a very active energy. Sure, people are gonna find themselves wanting to be outside, active, exuberant, maybe even optimistic. They want to try some shit. You also might find yourself getting tried, or you might find yourself wanting to try somebody. Try something. And that's fine. Because like I said before, even the lessons are blessings. This is Sagittarius. You just got to find it. Find the truth in it. Live the truth in it. Experience the truth in it. Yeah, if you believe, you can achieve. If you believe, it's worth the effort. If it's worth the effort, then the experience worth the energy, even if the desired results are not achieved. Now, Mars is square to Saturn in Pisces. So your fears can hold you back, your doubts can hold you back, your emotions can hold you back. No. You don't even know if that shit is real until you experience it. See, remember that. With Mars square to Saturn and this being Sagittarius and Pisces. A lot of the shit you worried about, you ain't gonna know if it's real until you experience. So here we are in the experience. Welcome to the suck, right? Ain't that what they said in that movie Jarhead? He got to boot camp and he said, welcome to the suck. This is where you're at spiritually, energetically. Like I said earlier, this is where you fuck around and find out. You fuck around and find out now in Sagittarius season, and then you mature with Capricorn season. You discipline yourself, you mature. So through this, you learn. With Mars in Sagittarius, square to Saturn in Pisces, it's not about perfectionist tendencies. It's about fear holding you back, doubt, confusion, delusion. When you stop letting it fuck with you, that's when shit gets better. But the only way to stop letting it fuck with you is to experience it. It's not about facing it. No. It's about living it. The only way to know if something is real is to find out. And you always come out stronger. Always. Always. Yep. Now, Jupiter is at 7 degrees of Taurus, retrograde throughout the remainder of the year. Jupiter will station direct on December 31st, 2023. Which, ironically, if you look at the date, if you haven't seen that meme that goes around, or if you haven't looked at the date yourself, (12/31, 2023), right? I want you to look at it like this. That's the day. That day right there. And it's coming up. We're about 5 weeks from there. That's the day when business is gonna pick up. That's the day right there where a lot of people are gonna start to see rewards for their patience right now. But you gotta be patient, but being patient doesn't mean being still. It means grinding slowly and steadily. That means stop. See, that's the retrograde. When you start to expect things, you don't value things as much. It's the truth. It's those hot commodities. That always burn out. But patience, culture, it's always worth a lot. It always pays off. See, there are trends and there's things that come and go. But there are certain substances, there are certain elements, there are certain actions, there are certain arts that will always be worth a lot. Always have been. Because it's a rarity. It's not something that everyone has access to. So with this right here, to you and what's for you, but that doesn't mean stop and expect. No. It means accumulate and collect. Move, accumulate and collect. Move, accumulate and collect. Danny, Bathea, Brahma. What up, mama? Yeah, we vibing for real now. Let's look at Saturn. Because Saturn now sits at 0 degrees of Pisces. And it's moving. We'll get to 1 degree probably in the next 2 days. And we'll talk about that. But it's a 1 degree shift. But Saturn is in Pisces. Saturn is moving through Pisces. Life is lifing. How are you dealing with it? See, I'm doing so much better when I stop being scared of Saturn in Pisces. That's the truth. And I'm not going to go through the whole health rundown because I don't need to. I'm feeling great. Gained 10 pounds over the holidays. Helped me realize ain't nothing fucking wrong with me. I just don't eat. I be sitting up worried thinking everything's going to fucking kill me. Had an awesome time. Relaxed. Like, I just had to understand it's the fear is the fucking problem. It's my 5th house, too. Like, I had to enjoy myself. Stop fucking stressing about shit I can't control. Be creative. It's here. This Saturn in Pisces. The avoidance behavior, the fear, the doubt, the escapism. All of that shit is the problem. It's not life. There's nothing that's going on that's never happened before. As crazy as it is. Technology's different. That's for sure. But there's been wars. There's been famine. There's been famish. There's been political changes. It's just life. People get sick. People die. There's been activism. There's been everything that we're experiencing right now except the technology, which there might have been that before in the past. Like, that's a part of life. Death is a part of life. Pain is a part of life. Emotions are a part of life. You got a lot of people that have lost faith in life. The only reason that they've lost faith in life is because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. They've lost faith in people. They've lost faith in situations. They've lost faith in themselves. I've completely lost myself the last year. And here we are coming up on December again. I've wasted a whole fucking year of my life being scared of what? Of what? Nothing I've been scared of has happened. The only thing that's happened is I have a fucked up digestive system from sitting up here stressing the whole fucking time. Like, that's the truth, bro. Nothing, like, it's so crazy. It's all been fucking bullshit. That's Pisces. The problem is not life. The problem is the feelings, the emotions, the stuff you don't want to deal with. People with it in their fourth house, you know, the resentment they have with their family members, the mistrust between them and themselves, and the stuff that they haven't spoken on for years. Now that shit comes up, and now all of a sudden there's this stuff going on with them emotionally and with their family. This is also true for the people, you know, dealing with their Saturn return in whatever house they're dealing with this. And there's 12th house. All of a sudden, people are depressed. People are dealing with addictive issues again. People are fucked up again. Why? Because you haven't never sought help. You haven't never dealt with the stuff that's causing it, the root of it. You haven't dealt with the emotion. I know, young Neff. Me also, fam. And we're just at 0 degrees. That's what people have to understand now. That's what Saturn and Pisces has taught us. That's what's crazy. We got that initial dip of Saturn and Pisces, which has been real harsh. It came up, went through the first 7 degrees, then retrograde away. And people are like, oh, shit. I have been. It's fucking devastated my life for a whole year, but we're only at 0 degrees, so you got to learn how to deal with it. See, that's what I've learned spiritually. That's what I've realized in my meditations. It's like, boom, all of a sudden you realize we're just now back at 0 degrees with this Saturn and Pisces shit. Shit. So now you understand it's the feeling inside of you that you got to deal with. It's not the external situations. If you want to be able to deal with the external situations healthily, you first have to deal with the shit inside of yourself. That means coming to the understanding that there's some shit that is just inescapable, unavoidable. And there's always something. I've learned that. There's always something. I wake up, my leg hurts, think I'm dying. I wake up with a cough, think I'm dying. Wake up with a headache, think I'm dying. Wake up the next day, I'm not dead. It's stupid. And I've learned that I have to realize, bro, like, this is happening when you're 37 years old for a reason. Like, you just got to, first of all, you saw your mom die at 37 years old. So you need to deal with the fear of death emotionally that's inside of you after seeing your mom die and seeing your sister at 32 years old in the casket earlier this year. You got to deal with that inside of yourself because it's going to happen to everybody at some point. Today, tomorrow, in 20 years, in 30 years, you have to deal with it. You hear me? You have to deal with the feelings inside of yourself understand that it's the feeling inside of you. It's the fear inside of you. It's not you being sick. You're getting older. If you get yourself right, get disciplined, get better habits, you'll be fine. But the fear ain't gonna help. And even if you were dying, what's fear gonna do? Make it worse. So you have to see that with Saturn and Pisces, you gotta fight the feeling. Whatever the feeling is, it's not just fear of death for everybody or fear of isolation, or it could be a lot of stuff. People are dealing with addiction again and they're realizing with Saturn and Pisces, hey man, I can't do this shit no more. I can't do this shit no more. My mother-in-law is here with us now because she could not do her lifestyle that she was living anymore. She said, "Nah, you know what? I'm ready for something different." And much obliged. Saturn and Pisces. And I realize it's not always negative. Like, I feel pretty fucking good. Overall, physically, other than a few minor aches and pains, like, I feel fucking good. Probably healthier than I ever been, but I have to allow myself to feel good. The only reason I feel bad is when I stress myself into fucking high blood pressure or stomach aches, or like it's just about allowing yourself to enjoy life and feel good. That means restoring faith in life. Saturn in Pisces represents this fear of isolation, this fear of being with yourself and dealing with yourself. And so people get involved with society or get more involved with other people, bro, from that fear and its origin, which is a complete lack of faith in life all the way around. So you have to learn how to deal with the stuff inside of yourself. That helps health. It helps wealth. It helps prosperity. It helps mental health. It helps family experiences. It helps emotional maturity. It helps empower you. Yeah. I look good, don't it? Yeah. And if something comes up, you just got to deal with it. It's life. You can't run from it. You can't ignore it. You got to deal with it. Because a lot of the times it's something that you yourself are manifesting for yourself, with yourself, to yourself, from yourself. This is Pisces. And what's interesting is it might not even be real. What you're worried about might not even be a reality. This is also Pisces, but the only way for you to know is for you to experience and deal with it. There's Mars and Sagittarius bringing the energy. You don't even realize that we already had the sun and the moon square to Saturn last week. I mean, it's not the moon, but the sun square to Saturn. The moon today, my bad, the moon earlier today, the full moon was square to Saturn last night. Or early this morning for some people. Pardon me. And then the sun was square to Saturn last week. Did anything devastating happen to you? No. You lived. You experienced. Yeah. Just fine. I need Just a few more of y'all to hit that like button, and then I need all of y'all to smile right motherfucking now. Like, right now. And if there's something that's keeping you from smiling, you need to tell us what's keeping you from smiling right now in the chat. Type it in the motherfucking chat. And if you're not willing to type it in the chat and talk about it, then it ain't that big of a deal. So fucking smile. You here to experience this. You signed up for the pain too. That's why you came to this plane, was for the pain. There's pleasure and love on several of those planes or densities or dimensions, however you want to categorize it. But this right here, this is where the pain is. You came for the pain. Never forget that. You came for the pain. Love just ain't the same without the pain. Yeah. Fuck you talking about. Let me hit you where it hurts. The Watkins Cat House ain't doing no playing. The papers are filed and she wants half. Half. Break bread or fake dead, player. No, you know, we're going to keep it spiritual. Break bread like Jesus said. Yeah. Hit the fucking like button for me. Pisces, princesses, paranormal playground. We ain't playing around. We live it, we learn it. Yeah. Alana, you said, would it be in Pisces though? You feel like there's always a silver lining because Pisces natural Jupiterian energy. I think so. That's what I've learned. Like there has been. That's what I've learned in this. I was like, man, why does it have to be? Why does every transit? In Saturn, a conjunction isn't always, you know, Saturn being trine. It's trine to my sun and my moon. I mean, my sun and Pluto is conjunct to my moon. It's sextile to my Neptune, but it's square to my Saturn. And the thing is, I started thinking like a sextile. It's Saturn still, but it's a sextile. It's a trine. It's a conjunction. Like those are not harsh aspects. Like I have to find the blessed in this. I have to learn the blessed. That means allowing myself to be blessed. That means growing the fuck up. For real. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on, I got spit. Now, yeah, it could be fun. It's been a motherfucker. Like this, I have stressed myself to the max this last year, and everything I've worried about has been bullshit. And it's still a possibility, but it's been bullshit up to this point. The problem has been the fear, not what I was scared of. That's what's crazy. The problem has been the fear, the feeling, the emotion. See, this is Pisces. People need to understand that. Before we move on to Uranus, understand this is Pisces. This is about emotion. This is about feeling more than anything else. And you have to realize that it's about the feeling. Saturn in Pisces, it's about the feeling. It's not about the situation. It's about the feeling. You have to learn how to deal with the feeling. The situation is going to be the situation. Fuck fear. Fuck vacillation. No, no, no. We not living like that. I don't think you heard me though. Yeah. Now, that's jamming. That does bring us to Uranus. And Uranus is sitting at 20 degrees of Taurus. And we've talked about this over and over again because we've been in this Uranus and Taurus journey for years now. Hey, things are changing. The nature of business is changing. The nature of life is changing. What it means to be stable ultimately has changed for a lot of people. You have to be able to make adjustments. If you're not willing and able to make adjustments, then everything that happens is going to be a devastating experience. You know, being willing to make adjustments has nothing to do with anything external. It has to do with something internal. That's why we're in this retrograde. So take inventory. Take stock of who you are. Find out what you have to work with. Find out what you're willing to do. Find out what you value. What matters most at this time for you in life. That's big. Because you're going to realize, ultimately, that's changed over the last 5 years. I guarantee it. Not just because of COVID-19, which did have a big thing, but just because of the way of the world. Five years ago, the nature of people's values changed completely. Completely. For a lot of different reasons. First of all, there's these opportunities business-wise that all of a sudden presented themselves that had people willing to do things for money that they never were willing to do before. Oh, people selling out everywhere. They selling out everywhere. Whether it be copying the next person, whether it be monetizing their own self, whether it be making their profile professional, whether it be them working and doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, posted, all of that shit. There are so many unique ways to profit because the nature of business has changed. And the way that the culture influences everything, there is not a stable market out here. There's just not a stable market. Everything is culturally influenced. So because of that, you need to be adaptable. You need to be open-minded in your approach. Because if you're open-minded in your approach, you actually could come up on a unique way for you to profit or prosper. But if you're closed-minded and you're stuck in the old way of doing things and you're like, this is how we've always done it, hey, everything that happens is going to be a devastating experience for you. So you have to find a stable place inside of yourself to operate from. You're not going to be able to get comfortable. You're not going to be able to achieve stability. You're going to be stable. And unfortunately, everybody ain't able. You hear me, though? Yeah. Everybody ain't able. What's up, Queen Key? Now, with Neptune sits at 24 degrees of Pisces. Not 24, I'm talking 24. So let me let you know. Real just ain't real no more. Maybe never will be again. The nature of reality changes all the time. What you believe to be reality changes all the time. And that can be confusing. So the best thing you can do with this retrograde is keep it real with yourself. Find that main line to the divine that resides inside of you and believe and trust in that. I need a few more of y'all to hit that like button for me. It's Monday. And I'm not a big fan of Mondays or the mundane. So let me stimulate your mind. Now, Pluto sits at 28 degrees of Capricorn, so there's that frustration building up. People are trying to be disciplined. They're trying to control themselves. But there's this discontent that people are feeling inside of themselves. Whether it be with a personal relationship, whether it be with their personal situation, whether it be with the government, whether it be with the powers that be, whether it be with their life, whether it be with, I mean, there's so many things, but there's this feeling of dissatisfaction that grows. That feeling forces changes. And if it's not going to force changes right now, what it does now is it allows this stuff to build up inside of you until Pluto gets to Aquarius, which will ultimately bring a tremendous change of pace and mindset. As I said before, we go from conservatism to radicalism. Just like that. And there ain't gonna be a lot of coming back. We might get one more small dip into Capricorn later on this summer. But after this summer, we're in this Pluto in Aquarius shit for the remainder of the next 20 years. So this is where you plan for what's coming up. This is what you use with Capricorn energy. Let's go ahead and let's discipline ourselves. Let's button down the hatches. Let's plan for this radicality. By being practical. But hey, who am I but a professional? But I'm a pro and you know. Now, let's talk about... Don't let that Gemini mood get me started, because I'm going to be just spitting my isms. You hear me? That brings us to Chiron. And Chiron is at 15 degrees of Aries. So guess what, man? You just got to hold yourself accountable for you, for your situation, where you're at in life. Yeah. And that can be a good and a bad thing. Maybe you deserve a pat on the back, and you should give yourself that. Or maybe you deserve a swift kick in the ass. And you got to try to accomplish that without doing a fucking flip. And maybe you need a flip. And this is where can't nobody else do it for you. You got to do it for you. It's a realization, not a revelation. This is about accountability. Awareness allows for this accountability during this retrograde. This accountability during this retrograde allows for the actions that bring healing. But you gotta do it. Embrace the conflict. It's empowering. Yeah, just like that. Fine. Now, the Black Moon Lilith sits at 6 degrees of Virgo. So you can find your nerves being real bad. You can find yourself getting annoyed really easily. You can see little bitty stuff irritating you. And you notice everything. Here's the thing with the Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. You notice everything about everybody else. You're also very sensitive. Like, I know the motherfucker ain't talking to me, but people are also incredibly insensitive to how easily they themselves are offending people. How nitpicky they can be. How hard to get along with they are. That nervous or frenetic energy can build up and cause irritations in the digestive or the nervous system. That goes beyond just irritability. That could also cause some inflammation during this time. This is Virgo. But it starts in the mind. People are going to be over analytical, over critical, over technical. People are going to be waiting for a chance to correct your ass. You're going to be waiting for a chance to correct somebody. I know that motherfucker ain't slipping like that. I just can't wait. And it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Expressing is the shadow traits that we might need to get up out of there. Some of us might need to be corrected. It's not always a bad thing. Yeah. But that's up to you. Now, the nodes are still at 24 degrees of Aries and Libra. It's at 22 degrees as far as the mean nodes. Now, I don't go by the mean. I go by the true position. So, and for those of y'all that want to know the difference between mean position and true position, that's exactly how it sounds. When you did math in school, a lot of us might not be familiar with the terminology of the mean of something, which really equates to the average. The nodes are points in the elliptical calculations, really, when it boils down to it. So that is an average calculation where the true position is going to be the exact calculation. No, we sat down and did the real math, baby. It's not somewhere in the proximity. Now, this is where it really is. I don't know why they have one or the other. I've never understood that, even as an astrologer. And I'm sure there's other astrologers that will try to explain it, but the mean position doesn't make sense to me. When you just need the true position. But I also have Virgo in my 12th house, so I like to be exact. But for those of you that don't know, that's what the mean and the true means when you're looking at the Black Moon Lilith or the nodal positions. Now, back to where we were with this. With the nodes sitting at 24 or 22, because, like I said, the mean position is 22 degrees of Aries and Libra. The true position is still at 24 degrees. So, with them sitting here on this Aries and Libra axis, first you have to ask yourself, are you codependent? Are you easily influenced? Are you compromising? Are you over conciliatory? And if you are, why? Is it a fear of other people? Is it a weak will? Is it laziness? Is it low self-esteem? If that's true, that's something you need to express in yourself. You need to address with yourself. You need to confront it. Come into conflict with it. It's slowing you down. It's weakening you. You can enjoy other people's company, but you don't need nobody. You came here by yourself. Even if you have a twin, you came here on your own. Y'all was in the womb together, but you came out one at a time. There has yet to be any twins that were delivered at the exact same time. Their heads popped out at the exact same time. Everything came out at the same time. Or that they did a C-section and there was 2 nurses and they pulled them both out at the same time so they can have the exact same time of birth. It don't happen like that. You came here on your own. You have your own path. You have your own soul. You have a soulmate. You might have 20 soulmates. You might have 50 soulmates, but you don't have no fucking twin flame. Your soul is your soul, not in that aspect. Now, there's some people that look at it a different way, and I'm not going to get into it. But your soul is your soul. It's not split in two. There's not another piece of it that you can fuck and be in a relationship with, and it can treat you bad. No. Your soul is your soul. It's whole and complete on its own, and you need to understand that. It can feel connected with other souls. It can feel a bond, a camaraderie. But it is complete. It's a feeling that you're yearning for. You got to be able to do your shit on your own. You got to be able to pop your shit. You got to be willing to pop your shit. You got to stand up and do what you got to do for you right now. Fuck what everybody else thinks. Fuck public perception or public opinion. Just do you. Experience your truth. Your truth has to be what comes out of you, and that's always a good thing, regardless of how anybody else takes it. Remember that. What's up, Tigger? My nigga? Oh. Yeah. I like this shit. Now, the numerology of the day is the 9 vibration. So we're not gonna get into service because I don't want to say that today is all about just helping other people. Be an inspiration. Contribute to positivity. That helps other people. Just be a positive motherfucker. You ain't got to go hold nobody's hand. You ain't got to go give your shit away. Just be positive. Don't be negative towards people. Don't judge other people. Don't have ulterior motives today. Yeah. If yawns are infectious, so are smiles. If you can make somebody else yawn by you yawning, then you can make somebody else smile by you smiling, or you can piss somebody off by you looking at them crazy too. Remember that. Now, I need to use the restroom real fast. So I'm gonna open the floor up for questions, and we gonna vibe and talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. But before I do that, I need to take a 1 minute break and use the restroom. So I need y'all to excuse me for 1 minute, and I'll be right back. Yeah. Damn, I knocked my mic over. Don't do that to yourself, Jaden. Now I'm here. The floor is now open for anything y'all want to talk about, man. Just make sure you're respectful of my energy the same way I would be respectful of yours. Just fine. We're going to be here for another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So let's make the most of it. It's Monday. And I didn't do a top 5 this last Friday because we had a holiday that day. I was shopping. I will do a top 10 this Friday. Maybe Thursday. So we can look forward to that. Jaden said, Pluto's in his 12th and 5 degrees away from his ascendant. And it's been hard. It's like adversity just came. Yeah, I just feel like it with that right there, it's hard for you to get along with people. Especially with Pluto in your 12th and it coming into that conjunction with your ascendant. You're realizing how different you are. Even from the people that you've been friends with for a long time in your life. For love the people that you've dealt with. Is like you're once again having to find your place and you're so much different. And so as you grow and evolve, you're going to realize that you don't really need to fit in with anybody. You need to fit out. Do your thing. Be free in your expression. And then what's for you will find you. I know you have a lot of friends, bro, and you're a really great mate to them. But you just need to at this time realize your own eccentricities, your own unique traits, your own brilliance. Be empirical, try different stuff, because you're going to find ultimately that you're just a lot different than ordinary logic would have us believe. But this is a realization, not a revelation. You hear me? That's why this transit is the way that it is for you. Pluto coming into Aquarius, conjunct your ascendant. It could really have you realizing that you're just different than everybody else. It has you realizing that you're actually quite alien. And you're gonna have to try a whole bunch of different stuff to figure out who you are, what you're capable of, and where you belong. That means realizing you don't fit in. And it's not an outfit, you fit out. You about it. Take that from me, my boy. That time is free. Yeah. We working for real now. That's the vibe. Beats by ViBrAtIoNaL Music. You said, being that we are in the age of Aquarius, how would that affect your South Node in Aquarius? You'll feel right at home. That's probably what that means, is you'll feel right at home, because it's different times. There's a rebellious and revolutionary spirit that lives inside of you, my bro. There really is. And so you can easily get caught up in the chaos. You come from it. But this is also a time for you to be a leader. Not go along. Not get along. Step up. Step up. That's from me. Step up. Hold on, I got you. Let me enter this text real fast. I gotta make sure she knows that the kids got there on time, I bet. Now you said, oh, do I know anything about FuLl? Let me see. Well, FuLl is like it's a centaur, first of all. And it's so just like Sagittarius, half human, half horse. And it's the asteroid of major impacts and life-changing events. That's what FuLl kind of represents. And so FuLl takes like I would say like 90-some years, 91, 92 years to make a complete orbit, and it represents turning points. And what else could I say about FuLl? You know, it's just a force of radical change. and it's about explosive influence and escalation. It's exaggeration and extreme situations. It's spiritual emergencies. People could say something like, you know, where that's where FuLl can represent in certain ways. Uh, Spontaneous and instinctive actions. Um, life changing consequences when we act upon FuLl. Uh, it intensifies whatever it touches. Whatever is in conjunction or in aspect with FuLl is going to be intensified. Like turning it on. You know, FuLl. Uh, it you know, it's kind of like a catapult. Let me finish. I got you. It's like a catapult to the unexpected. Before I can do that, I want people to understand what it is. And it's a trigger of life-changing events. Uh, it's a small start of major events in your life. Also shows where you're naive at. Think about this for FuLl. Think about the phallus. FuLl is not the same thing, but just think about this. And people think when you're thinking with your dick, when you're being too impulsive. You hear me? And so, like, on the positive side, it kind of like awakens you to your soul's past. It's a guide you to overcome addictions. It's very protective in its energy. It's magical, unexpected. It's about overcoming obstacles with force. It's earthbound consciousness. It's like I said, just spiritual emergencies. And like in a natal chart, I would just say look at it to when it's aspecting something major. It's not as important as to when it's aspecting something major. All right. And so if it's like conjunct to one of your planets or something, or it's doing some of that, then the essence of that planet is going to be amplified. It's going to take that energy of that and ramp it up. Okay. And it's going to exaggerate that energy and cause some issues. You know what I'm saying? Or it just creates turning points that you're gonna have to overcome certain things in your life. So for you saying you have FuLl and Aries in the 11th house, that means friendships with people. You might have gotten into a friendship with people that you don't really know, or you got along with people and y'all ended up falling out with each other. Got it like, and you get into it with your friends has been a big deal. Like y'all would be cool, and then all of a sudden y'all don't fuck around no more. Y'all got into it, or y'all got into a, you know, especially with Aries there, or you decided to do your own thing, and there was conflict because of that, or y'all don't like each other no more. But there's also empowering moments in your life is when you got away from certain people, or when you started to do your own thing. That's when things got better for you. You feel me? And so if it's in your 11th and it's conjunct your Mars, like you are you know, the type of person that you're a fun person to be around. You're very active and people like to be around that. But then there's also this stuff where sometimes like you and your friends and the people that you fuck around with end up being in conflict with each other. Like even enemies. It's like, y'all, we was cool, everything was cool, then all of a sudden, like, this was like, y'all really don't fuck, y'all have a problem, like a beef. And then after that, it's like, from that, there's something that happens in your life that usually gets better or worse, depending on that. But that's like a triggering event, is all of a sudden, you and your friend got into it, and then after that, life gets crazy. Or after that, something changes. Or after that, it gets better. So there's different ways and levels that hits, but that's kind of what that does. And it just amplifies your Vesta and your Mars. So you're a very active person. You do sport. You're a team player, but you also want to win. You also like to, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that goes with that. You also ain't nobody's bitch, and so you like getting along with people. You like having friends, and you get up. But you also like there's some shit where that attitude and that energy between y'all can get misconstrued real fast. So there's the energy of FuLl with that for you. You know, like FuLl is gonna explode for good or bad. Just depends on how you handle it. I'm busting either way. That dick busting. That's the truth. brings you back to that old shit that goes inside of a convict's mind. So say you're in prison, right? Here's FuLl for you right here. Say you're in prison, right? And somebody beats your a booty bandit, which is a true thing in there. A booty bandit, which is somebody that's looking to rape you or do something to you sexually. A booty bandit whoops your ass, knocks you the fuck out. You wake up, they're sucking you up, and you're coming. You're not gay, but you busted. Like, you came. And you still got raped, too. But you also came. There's FuLl. You understand? Like, you have friends, you got this, but you also get into it with them. They're like, it's good or bad. It's busting. Busting. That's the truth. Instinctive reactions you can't control, but those reactions also are implications. That's the truth. That's FuLl. You see how I blew your mind with that? I'll be playing, but at the same time, that puts you a perfect real understanding. But it has to be with whatever it's aspecting or wherever it is, it has to be within a 2 or 3 degree orb. But yeah. Booty bandits is a real thing. I'm not joking. It's not like real prominent. Like, females in prison are a lot more gay than dudes. It's not as gay as you think with dudes, but it's not like the 70s or anything, but it is some booty bandits. But more than them trying to rape you, it's like they try to finesse you. They trying to turn you out. That's what you got to worry about more than that. As far as prison goes. They're trying to make you realize something about yourself. I appreciate the love on CashApp, Serafina. Yeah. They try to make you have realizations, not revelations. Through relations. Hold on, I got you. I'm trying to type this CashApp thing in there. But yeah. They're trying to make you realize that you might have that. You might have that in you. Or you might want that in you. That's really what it's more like. They want you to realize you're like that. You know, when you're like, no, I ain't like that. They want you to realize you're like that. It's not like back in the 70s where they're gonna just straight up rape you. Motherfucker wanna fuck with your mind and make you realize that you actually are like that. I'm not. Or maybe even in Sagittarius fashion. maybe you're willing to experience. You want to try that? That's the truth. That's one of the wisest. Well, Mike says a lot of wise stuff. When he's not saying nigga every 5 minutes, he's like, I'm telling you, nigga. But Mike is absolutely right. That's the truth. Apes that had an idea. That's what we are. Apes with ideas. That's the truth. It was a realization, not a revelation. You understand? To become even more conscious, it's realizations. That's what happens. Even in the Bible, when you take it back to look how the Bible describes it. When they, as far as Adam and Eve went, when they ate of the tree, when they ate the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they realized they were naked. They were always naked. But they realized and became ashamed of their nakedness. That means they denied their purity. They denied it. What's the difference between a realization and a revelation? A revelation. Yeah, revelation. One is about always being there. One is a state of being. The other one is a place to go. You have to make reservations. A revelation is something that people do. They reveal something. Revelations. Something was revealed to John in his dream in the Bible. You understand? That's a revelation. A realization is something that you have within self. I revealed something to you. I showed you something. I don't never show y'all anything. I've taught y'all stuff, but I'm just showing you stuff about yourself. I'm helping you realize things about you. I'm not adding anything to you. This is priceless knowledge of self. I'm hipping you to you. Revelation ain't shit. Could be a dream. Nobody stopped to consider that John just had a dream. People have dreams, people have visions, people have dreams that are visions and visions that are dreams, and some people have just regular old dreams. Who makes that determination? Only you can. Someone can tell you, oh, that sounds like a... But it's something that you have to realize. So a realization is much more powerful. You have to even realize that you're having a revelation. Or a revelation. Yeah. It's about the isms, my friend. I'm with the isms. Schisms and schisms and pessimisms. Hell, I be flipping it too. Hey, anybody else have any questions? I'm still here, man. We still riding. We got about another hour to go. I'm gonna try with 4 P's. I don't know why y'all so quiet today. Jaden wants to know why y'all are so quiet in the chat. Hold up. Oh, you asked me about draconic. Yes, I understand draconic astrology. You said, do I know if there's any significance if one person's draconic sun is exactly conjunct another person's natal sun? No. I'm sure people are going to try to attach significance to it and say that means we have a spiritual connection and all that shit, but I wouldn't look at the synastry between draconic planets and natal planets. I would look at draconic synastry with draconic synastry and natal synastry with natal synastry, or, you know, I would not do that. I wouldn't do that. I would think it's interesting. But that would mean every person who has that degree sun in the world has their sun conjunct your draconic sun. So I just want you to understand that before you get caught up in thinking this person is special because of that. I want you to know that there's at least a few 100 million people who also have their draconic sun conjunct your natal sun. You get what I'm saying? That just puts it into perspective. Look at what's going on between y'all as far as y'all's progress charts, or y'all's natal charts, or y'all's draconic charts in reference to each other. South Node conjunct Venus. There's definitely you know, that relationship, that familiarity from what some would call karmic implications or from previous lives. But I would say with the North Node opposite, it would probably say that y'all would need to grow in opposite directions. Y'all are so comfortable and it feels good. That South Node conjunct Venus, y'all feel good and it feels comfortable and it feels right. But at the same time, like that is that familiarity. It's not actually fostering growth necessarily. So it might not even be holding you back. It's just not fostering growth. Yeah, and Venus square South Node conjunct Venus, Venus square Pluto. Y'all need to let each other go. Y'all have a very strong connection, but y'all gotta let each other live and breathe and go experience life. Like y'all are trying to, like y'all are just getting caught up in this obsession to each other, constantly caught up in this obsession to each other, and it's probably something y'all have done in previous lifetimes. You gotta move. You gotta do your thing. Black Moon Lilith in Virgo in your 5th house. You could be having a lot more fun if you weren't so critical of yourself, if you weren't thinking so much, if you weren't so worried about little shit, if you weren't so worried about what other people are doing. Like you could be having a lot more fun. And it would probably also mean that you might have some issues with your kids right now, your relationship with your kids right now. But it's probably not them, it's you picking at them. You hear me? Stop picking at them kids. Seraphina Billy. Charlie, I understand. But y'all have like this obsession. My signal's tripping, y'all. Hold on. Let me fix this real fast. There, we good now. Let me get this right. But yeah, you and this dude be obsessed with each other, or this lady, whoever it is. You know, be respectful of whatever your preference is, but yeah. It's not really the greatest thing for either one of you, really. If we're being completely honest. It's probably sexy and it's probably very comfortable, and y'all probably really have this this intense connection, but man, that's why you keep coming back to it. It's like, man, we must be meant to be together. No, it means in this actual instance, with the North Node standing in opposition, it's really saying that, hey, man, that's actually what's in the way of your growth. This intense connection is something that's in the way of you growing and progressing in your own path. Now, back to Jaden's question. Black Moon Lilith in Aries in the 2nd house, trine Pluto and Sagittarius in the 11th. You're a leader because you value doing your own thing. You're very you know, in your own right. Like you can be a leader, but you also attract some of the wrong people sometimes because, like, bro, like you got this thing where you don't give a fuck. You're gonna do what you want to do, and you value being able to do your own thing and do whatever the fuck you want to do, and you get money. Like you get money at all costs. You don't give a fuck. And then because of that, you have people that want to use you for your friends, or they want you to pay for stuff for them, or you know, and it's hard for you to have really positive friendships. So with Lilith standing in that trine to that, it's like, man, because you are such a good friend, and so because you are somebody who is looking to have friends, and that is important to you. You do end up with a lot of friends that ain't really your friends, and people that are using you for what you do, and it might be because of your hustle and because of your grind, or it might be because you have fun and you live life, and people want to be able to attach to themselves and live their life and go do the things that you do. It's not just that. And then some people want to be like you, so they envy you. So you have to look at every dynamic with that and assess how that influences your friendships with people personally. You hear me? And then go from there. Serafita, you said transiting Chiron, conjunct your natal Mars in the 11th house. Yeah. I would just say, for a lot of the situations that you have, a lot of the stuff that's going on with you, you need to look at your role you play. Even if you do have fallouts with your friends, if you have had situations, you need to look at the part you played in it. And that'll allow you to build better from this point forth. But I would also say with Chiron coming into a conjunction with your Mars, this is when there's opportunities that are going to come. You're probably going to have some conflicts with some people that you once got along with. You're probably going to have some shit come up between people. And y'all might fall out even. Or just get into it. But you need to look at your role that you're playing in this stuff. Because this is an opportunity for you to grow from there. And it ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. So get it done. Just like that. Yeah. Now, Charlie, you said you have Lilith in your 7th house conjunct your Venus and opposing your moon in your rising sign, while also squaring your nose. And you try to embrace the energy in a healing way. You really have no choice. But you have bad relationships with people. See Lilith in the 7th house, conjunct your Venus, opposite your moon and your rising sign. You have unhealthy relationships. That's what we're talking about here. You be having unhealthy ass relationships. That's not good. You gotta get that right. But it's not them, it's you. You project unhealthy traits onto people. You project your own shit onto people sometimes. With that 7th house there, that's what it is. It's not just them, it's you. And you get obsessed with these people because you like that shit. That shit turns you on. You like obsession. You like motherfuckers to be obsessed. You like that shit to get a little toxic. That makes it interesting. That makes you feel like the love is real. If this motherfucker ain't crazy, this motherfucker don't love me. That's how you feel. If this motherfucker ain't crazy, if this motherfucker ain't treat me bad, if this motherfucker, this ain't love. This is what a relationship's supposed to be. No. No. And if this shit is not as complicated as it should be, I'm gonna make it more complicated. That's what you do with the Black Moon Lilith there. See, I don't like crazy. I thought I used to think I like crazy. I like aggressive, assertive. I like women. I have Aries on my 7th house, but I like assertiveness. That makes arguments though. When you like that type, like when you're attracted to that type of woman, then when you get that type of woman, then you can't be fucked up when you have that type of woman. That's what I've had to understand as I've grown and matured. Everybody wants an aggressive woman until they got an aggressive woman, then you tell her to be a lady. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm saying, man, be a lady. Stop acting like that. Why you cussing at me? Why you talk to me like that in public? Why you acting like that? Well, damn. That's how I am. That's what they'll say. I like them fire sign women. They'll be like, that's what them fire sign women are going to tell you. Or earth sign women. That's how I am. That's how the fuck I talk. Respect yourself. You show me respect, I'll show you respect. But that's, I mean, that's what you asked for. That's what you like, right? What's up, Hosea? Hiya. It is a beautiful day. We're glad that you're a part of the Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the PrIcElEs family. Your presence is valued. You hear me? You contribute to the vibe being here. You loving the vibes is a part of the vibe that is here that people love. That's what people need to understand. The love. The people come here and say, oh, it's a, man, I love the vibe. You're a part of it. You're contributing to it. As long as you're not coming here to bringing negative energy with the trolling fuck shit or with that other shit, you are contributing to this. You are a part of this. It's a vibe. It's not something that's me doing. It's something that I'm orchestrating. But it's something that I am a part of. That's something we are all here maintaining and enjoying together. Communally. That's why I will ban or exile a motherfucker so goddamn fast. Now, Serafina, you said you have transiting Mars, Ceres, Sun, all conjunct your natal Jupiter, all in the 7th house in Sagittarius. What's that mean? Shit. Luck, fun. You just gotta live life and experience, and whatever don't work out, fuck it. It still worked out. You hear me? This Mars, Ceres, the Sun. And it's on your Jupiter, so it's a very positive time. And Uranus, who cares? Hey, something unexpected might happen. Something crazy. Shit might get wild. Oh, the fuck well. Whatever happens, you be down for it. Like that's beautiful in its own right. That's a blessing in its own way. It's a realization. Not a revelation. Realizing you're blessed, and you are. Now, Jaden, you said Neptune in the 1st house in Scorpio in the 1st draconic. I mean, that would just say that fundamentally you are a very emotionally influenced person, but not just your own emotions, other people's emotions, situations. And it also would say that you have a certain sorcery to you. You understand sorcery, you understand magic, you understand the occult, you are the occult, you are something mysterious, you are something deep, you are something dark. And the thing is, that makes you shapeless. It makes you shapeless. Your soul is an intense emotional imprint on the universe. Yeah, you like that? No, I always say that every dive. Horseshoe, I say it's a realization, not a revelation in every live. It's one of my coin phrases. It's something I want you to understand. It's something that I want to imprint upon you. You feel me? It's just some fly shit. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lesson. Pisces, Princesses, Paranormal Playground. You said Mars and Neptune and Scorpio in the 7th house. I mean, you got a lot of that same shit going on as Charlie. You have to have intense relationships. You don't trust anybody, but if it can't be simple either, because then it won't be sexy for you. It won't really mean. You'll feel like it won't mean anything. But shit gets so intense that it gets confusing for you, and you get turned on by the intensity of the situation. And so for that reason alone, mundane won't do. Boring could never do. Sometimes a good guy or a good lady would never do, because you need somebody that you don't trust so that you can feel a certain type of way, and that makes for conflicts in your relationships. Horsea, you can ask me anything. I mean, Hosea, you can ask me anything. You are part of this family. Could I please recommend a good learning resource for past life astrology? You're gonna have to look online for that. I've never read a book about it. As far as what people would say past life astrology, I would just look at your South Node. Always. I don't think there's there's people that are really looking to all the 12th house and the South Node are the things that you would incorporate there. My focus has never been on what my past life was, because that would make me very depressed. My focus has been on what I could try to do in this life. There's probably not a lot of info for it, because it's not really something that's a thing. I don't want to encourage people. I think it's very something interesting to understand, but I don't want to encourage people to get caught up in what past lives are about, uh, because that can confuse you with your purpose in this life. If you were meant to remember it, you would. You need to be worried about what you can do in this life to evolve and grow. And sure, there's going to be certain things and implications that can suggest karmic stuff that it has to do with previous lifetimes. But that lifetime is over with. That shit is over with. That shit is dead and gone. It really don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. So you have to learn how to live this life. You want to be able to find a way for you to be involved in these relationships for longer. See, that's your problem. You said, I want to figure out a way with this karma, with these relationships, so I can take care of it and move on. No, the karma is you need to move the fuck on. That's the karma with that. Is you trying to find reasons to figure it out, and let me figure out this karma, let me experience this shit a little bit longer. No, move the fuck on. That's your problem. Finding excuses to still deal. Move the fuck on and do something else. You being royalty in this life means you need to figure out in this life and understand that you ain't shit this time. You might have been royalty last time. You need to humble yourself. You ain't shit. We move on. You get what I'm saying? That's what that kind of stuff means. Now, Lindy, you said, what is the best way to deal with Saturn and Aries conjunct Mars? I don't know. You got a fucking attitude. Shit. Get you some type of outlet for that energy and that aggression of yours. Get you a fucking punching bag or a fucking kickboxing class. Take karate. Play sports. Find somebody that lets you, that their fetish is to let you beat the fuck up on them or something. But something like, you got to find some way to deal with that aggression. That way you don't seem like you have such an attitude and a chip on your shoulder. That way you can develop rhythm and cadence in life, and you can get better timing. That way your attitude ain't fucking everything up. You got all that fucking aggression, and you got to do with all that sexual energy that you have without repressing it also. Like you're very agitated a lot of the time because you have a lot of fucking pent up energy, and it comes out as aggression. So you need to have a lot more sex. You need to fucking take some type of class. You need to fucking do something. Fucking bite people. Like do something. Like shit. Reflection is probably here. I was just talking to him on email a few minutes ago. He's probably somewhere doing working out or doing steroids. No, I'm just no, I'm just playing. Reflection. I'm sorry. You're probably gonna see this later, and then you're gonna try to message me. I gotta do his numerology reading in a little bit. Shit, he's somewhere around here. He probably ain't watching. He might be in Dolo's live. Is Dolo live right now? He might be over there watching that bullshit. He might be watching that stupid ass shit. And yeah, I'm talking shit. What's my life path number in 11? I'm 11-2. 11-2. Master number 11-2. Now, Pisces, princesses, paranormal. Hold up, somebody else asked a question. I missed it. Let me see who I missed. Oh, Hoja Haya, you said, what does your backbone Lilith in the 12th house conjunct your ascendant mean? That you can get depressed real fast? You have a darkness to you, you can get depressed real fast, or you can just get yourself into trouble? Your shadow side can take over your whole fucking being? Also? But yeah, you got a part of you that just don't, sometimes you just fucking self-destruct. You have self-destructive tendencies. The black moon Lilith in the 12th house conjunct your ascendant. You have self-destructive tendencies. You'll have everything going good in life. And then all of a sudden you'll trip the fuck out and self-destruct in some way, form, or fashion. Then you have to go through this period of you know what I'm saying? Like, you just do this shit. Like, you just do some shit. Sometimes it's like, damn, why the fuck did I do that? Why did I fuck my relationship up? Why did I fuck my life up? Why am I in prison? Why am I fucking broke? Why did I just do that shit? Why did I just fuck my boss? Why am I fired? Why did I steal that shit? Like, it's just like, all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm not even like that. Why did I do that shit? But you are like that. You are fucking like that. You are fucking like that. You're a fucking savage really deep down. You just don't know how to deal with that shit. So you try to repress it and ignore it, and then all of a sudden it comes out at the most inopportune moments. Yeah. Now you bucket naked with a priceless knowledge video on. You don't know how you got this way. He on there talking about Uranus. Fine. All right, Jaden. Just keep careful so a kangaroo don't kick you in your ass out there in Australia. Yeah. And while you there, fuck George Gambosis. And you could tell him I said it. All right, Jayski, my boy Jaden. Fuck George Gambosis. Fuck Tim Zoo. Yeah. Long live Steve Irwin. All hail the great Dundee. Did I miss anybody's questions? Pisces Princess's Paranormal Playground says she's a 3. I have my son is a 3. Junior is a 3. My Pisces rising sun is a 3. He's a Pisces rising Aquarius sun Virgo moon. He's a 3. My daddy is a 3. No, I haven't looked into cardology. I try not to get. I mean, I understand it's something. It's not something I got caught up in myself. I can't confuse myself. It's easy for me. I have sun opposite to Neptune. I try not to. That's why I don't do tarot myself. My lady does, but she has sun conjunct to Neptune. Her sun is opposite my sun. Her sun is exactly conjunct to my Neptune and opposite my sun. Where my Neptune is exactly opposite my sun and conjunct to her sun. 4 degrees of Capricorn in my 3rd house. So I am very intuitive. I do have, but there is a certain shit where I have to be careful with me. My emotions can get in the way of real discernment, of true giftedness. My feelings, that Cancer sun in the 9th house can get in the way of that Neptune and Capricorn in the 3rd house. My feelings. 626. Charlie. 6/26, June 26th. What's the craziest, strangest, weirdest chart I ever saw? I don't know. I've seen some weird ass charts. What's the golden child? What do y'all mean? Now y'all got me confused. What are we talking about here? Explain it. Did you already pull a card? Goddamn. I mean, what's going on? Hold on. Or what do we do? I don't know what that means. Explain. Probably means I'm a motherfucking rascal. A dangerous rascal. I'm still here for any more questions y'all have. Host Yahaya. Says I'm pretty lucky though. I know the 4 of clubs is pretty lucky though. I know that. But Hojahaya, you said Sun in the 9th, trying Lilith in the 12th. I mean, your beliefs can really help you. Your beliefs, your principles, developing principles, and your beliefs can really help you deal with those shadow traits. It helps you naturally integrate them. Your spirituality, your natural spiritual nature helps you deal with those parts of yourself, you know, spiritually, and you learn from experience. You're hard-headed, so a lot of times you learn from that's darkness you go through, and those shadow parts of yourself. You learn different stuff about yourself. You learn from that experience, and you keep it trucking. So you're one of the best type of people yourself, because you take everything that happens, and you kind of allow it to be your catalyst for being better or doing better. You learn from mistakes. But yeah, there's all of that shit. Hold on. My mic is tripping. There we go. Yeah, I knew most of that stuff about the four. I mean, because I understand what the numbers mean. The four is foundations, knowledge, all of that type of, you know what I'm saying? The four is always going to be the pillars, and the knowledge that comes from the knowledge is going to be the foundation of that. So for me, just understanding numbers and understanding the supreme mathematics and understanding the science behind everything, I can actually put it together, you know. You're just like a mental fundamentalist with the four of clubs, you know. But yeah, intuition, extrasensory perception come with four of clubs. But I don't enjoy it's wrong about me enjoying the company of other people. And I don't long to feel accepted. I've never have. I don't long to be accepted. I don't care about the company. I prefer the company of myself. I'm a Pisces moon. You talking about this one right here? Beats? I'm trying to think what I was sampling that night. But yeah, we're here for the questions anyway. Moon in the 2nd house, trying Neptune in the 11th house. You be making money. Sometimes you don't even know how you be doing it, but you be making money. But you make bread. You know a lot of the right people too, probably. But you find comfort in living a stable life. You don't want to be, you know, in poverty in any way, form, or fashion. That's one of your fears. So you have a multitude of ways that you can make bread, and you have other people that can help you also. But you have to also be careful because people want to become dependent on you. They want a piece of that pie. Shit, I'm trying to get paid now. Just let that steam seep in. I believe it. I don't know nothing about Nostradamus, but they do call me Merlin. Does Lilith conjunct the ascendant make you a Lilith rising? If it was on the other, I would say if it was on the other side of your ascendant. How conjunct to your ascendant is it? How many degrees is it as far as orb? How close is it? I would say if it's within 3 degrees, yes. If it's not within 3 degrees, then no. Only if it was within 3 degrees on the 12th house side and within 6 degrees on the 1st house side would you be a Lilith rising, because it would be on you. You would see it on you, feel it on you, sense it on you. It would simmer in your spirit, sizzle in your soul, ooze from your veins, seep from your pores more. Yeah. Bye. Keep it coming with the questions. We here all motherfucking day. Really? No. For maybe 45 more minutes, maybe a little closer to an hour. Yes. If the orb is 2 degrees, then you are definitely a Lilith rising. You are a Lilith rising. There really ain't nothing compromised in there. What do I think some of the most difficult aspects are? There's a lot of different difficult aspects. Sun opposite Neptune is one of those ones. Pluto conjunct Moon. Saturn conjunct Moon. Mercury square to Mars. Venus square to Uranus. Mars conjunct Saturn. There's lots. Serafina, you said, what if your natal Venus is in opposition with the transiting Venus, which is your chart ruler? I would say we have to look at the houses that are being influenced to really look at that. But Venus opposite to Venus is really this might not be the one of the most pleasant times. That's what I would say more than anything else. But I wouldn't. Let it affect me to the fullest or not. Lindy, hold up. Yeah, Lindy, you said any suggestions on working with Chiron and Pisces? Well, you have to learn how to work with yourself, by yourself, with your feelings. That means sometimes working with stuff that's not pleasant. That means not trying to ignore stuff. That means dealing with addiction. That means dealing with emotion. That's not easy for a lot of people. Working with Chiron and Pisces means learning how to work with your own emotions. Learning how to work with empathy. Yeah. Hold your higher. I appreciate the love. You probably won't ever see one like me unless they come from my school and I'm schooling them. I love you. Thank you for saying that. It's one of my favorite beats I ever made too. Charlie, I got you. Hold on. Let this moonlight hit you, even in the daylight. Oh yeah. Yeah. Charlie says she has Mars conjunct Saturn and Pluto. Could I please expand on that? Well, Mars conjunct Saturn and Pluto makes you, first of all, it makes you have a lot of energy, but it's like depressed. You hold yourself back with it a little bit, so it creates frustration and anger. You have a lot of emotions and you try to keep it controlled. You have a lot of desire that you keep controlled. See, that's Scorpio. Mars conjunct Saturn and Pluto in Scorpio. So there's so much stuff that you try to keep bottled up because it can get you into trouble. There's so much you want. There's so much emotion and sexual energy. So you bottle it up until it starts eating at you. Creates frustrations, creates problems. It goes underground. Now you're operating behind the scenes. Yeah, I know you. The full moon is calling you now. Yeah. You try to control it without repressing it, but you can't. And if you express it, you get yourself into trouble. But you want so much and you want it so bad. So bad that it creates this vacuum. And if it's not a vacuum, it's a volcano. It's sucking or erupting. Sometimes you feel like you might implode. You should have exploded, but you held it in. Now you feel like it's caving in on you. Yeah, I know you. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. creative achievement ever. Yeah. I understand you. You're seen. You're felt. You're loved. You're understood. You're accepted. It's darkness. Oh. Hoja. Your chart might, her chart might suck. Lindy, your chart might suck. As an astrologer, I'm telling you. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but your chart might suck. People's charts suck. That doesn't mean your life sucks. It means your chart sucks. You got to take that energy and learn how to work with it. Make it work for you. Just because you're built like that doesn't mean you have to build like that. Your chart can suck. I've seen some shitty charts like, God, dog. The odds are not in your favor. But oh well. The dice always turn. I learned that. I used to be a gambler. And I don't like to gamble as much as some people. But when I used to play craps with my peoples, I would see the guys that were willing to gamble would win the most. I've also seen them lose the most, but they always won because the dice always turn. Me, I didn't really gamble. I played, but I didn't gamble, so I broke even. That's right. Your chart does, I'm not saying it does, it can suck. But just because you're built like that doesn't mean you have to build like that. That's what I mean. Just because that's the way it looks doesn't mean that's the way it is. You gotta get the fuck up out the darkness. Yeah. I said that. Oh, 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 baby. Yeah. Then you're not really gambling. You're playing, but you ain't really gambling. You ain't ever gonna win like that. You can break even, and that's fine. That's what you came to do. Love is the same way. Some people settle. They go for what they've always gotten. What they feel comfortable with. And so they end up getting what they've always had. And so till they realize they've been comfortable with some bullshit their whole life. They've been accepting some fuck shit. For real. You're also accountable for what you accept, for what you allow, not just for what you do. Yeah. That's your bad too. The part of fortune in Gemini in the second house. That's one of the most fortunate placements you can be because you have a multitude of ways you can make money. You have a variety of skills. You're very talented. You're talented. It's not just your communication skills, musically, artistically, or whatever the way you want to do it, but in the way you verbalize things, communication skills that you could get paid for, but also just your versatility in its own right could really be profitable for you with the part of fortune in Gemini in the second house. Me, I have my part of fortune in Gemini in the ninth house. So it speaks to what I do here with y'all. Dealing with people all over the world, communicating with people all over the world, learning, teaching, those type of things. Really comes from me educating people with the things I've experienced myself. Communicating my experiences is the most profitable thing for me, which is what we do here. For you with that, I would say that you have a multitude of talents, and your versatility is profitable in its own right. But not only that, your communication skills, your people skills, your understanding, your hustle, all of that, your salesmanship, magnificent. You have a gift of gab. Your throat and your mouthpiece is platinum. Pisces, Princess's Paranormal Playground. You gotta be fucking skilled and riddled to be able to come up with a name like that. Your way with words is absurd. Yeah, I know you. Hey. Now, Chiron and Pisces in the 11th house. You get caught up with the wrong people. You end up caring about the wrong people that drain you. Don't make as much money as you could be. You be trying to help everybody, trying to save the world, and then you end up looking like a fucking sucker. And you feel like you got a connection with these people, and you got a connection with everybody. You need to remember that. You have a connection with all of humanity. So it's like you need to get off that motherfucking thinking this is your tribe or this is your people, this is your poop. You like, man, fuck that, because people take advantage of you with that shit. And you've gotten taken advantage of. Yeah. I know you. Don't be no sucker. I have this shit tripped out. Now. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Beats. Now, you said, what about Chiron opposing Saturn and Mars, please? And Chiron conjuncting Juno in your midheaven. You're growing there. Where you come from some hardships and family stuff and conflict that really hurt you growing up. The household you grew up in was really damaging, and it was trash in certain ways. And it really conditioned you to be a certain way. So you were growing away from that. You got a lot of lessons to get away from the way that you were then. It's taken a lot for you to get away from that environment that you were raised in and that mentality that you were raised with. And so with Chiron conjunction your midheaven and Juno, you get involved with the right type of people. You learn lessons and you grow and you mature, and then it comes through. Part of fortune in Libra in the 6th house. Your people skills are everything. You get paid from your people skills, your ability to serve people, your ability to understand what people want, talk to people, figure out what they want also, and deliver that consistently. So your people skills are immaculate. Yeah, I know you. You can't hide from me now. Sun in the 9th house. I mean, you're here to learn experiences, whether it be emotional experiences, whether it be hard experience, learning the hard way, whether it be relationship experiences, whether it be experiences of self and in confidence and pride, whether it be experiences with learning to be inventive and empirical, whether it be experiences with emotions and with spirituality, like whatever sign that is you're looking at. Me, I'm a Cancer sun in the ninth house. So, you know, me having these intense emotional experiences throughout my life and the stuff I've went through and me getting far away from my home also, me making a home away from my home has been a big deal for me. It's allowed me to experience my emotions in a different way. So yeah, shit like that. Yeah. It's about the experiences. It's about the lessons learned. It's about the things you go through that you know help you realize your truth. So that shit right there is how all that shit goes. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't yet. Do that for me, please. Yeah, forgive. Nobody said forget, but forgive for you. That way you release that energy and you free yourself from that resentment. You said, what's up with 12th house Sagittarius Mercury conjunct Pluto? It's a person that like they think they know everything, but they're like, and they've taught themselves to trust their intuition. So they have this inner voice that they've really been able to depend on a lot of their life. But at the same time, they're not able to learn anything new from other people. And so they have a lot of crazy ass experiences with people. They have a lot of fucked up conflicts. They have a lot of just confusion when they just need to realize that they themselves need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? More teachable, really. You know, Pluto in Sagittarius has a lot to do with realizing that whatever you're looking for, whatever you're searching for is really right there with you the whole time. So with Mercury conjunct that there, and this being Sagittarius, these people are very intuitive. They're very knowledgeable. They're very wise. That they're not able to really learn a lot more new stuff, and that slows them down. And so they need to realize that sometimes you have to be able to listen to others and be more teachable for you to learn more. That's a beautiful lesson. In order to learn more, you have to be more teachable. Not know more. Because you know a lot. Be more teachable. Yeah. Let me fix my hat. Hold on. All right, now we good. We're good. We're 10 minutes from being 3 hours in. Should we keep going? All right, we're gonna go for 40 more minutes tops, and then we're done for real. We're not going 4 hours today. We're gonna go for 40 more minutes, and then we go. And I might be back tomorrow. I do have a reading to do today. I might be back. I definitely will be back Wednesday, but I could possibly be back tomorrow, depending on what I need to do with my other clients. So yeah. He said, "How was Turkey Day? It was awesome for me. I ate so much, and then we had a redo. We had another redo Thanksgiving, so I did it again, and my body needed that. It doesn't feel good to my digestive system, but my body needed to eat like that and just feel full and gain weight. I haven't felt full like that in a long time because I've restricted myself. So I'm really happy with that right there at this moment. Helped me have some interesting realizations. So yeah, I'm really appreciative of that. What are my favorite aspects? Venus trine Jupiter, Venus trine to Uranus. I like Moon square Saturn, crazy as it is. I like Sun trine Pluto. I like Pluto conjunct Jupiter and Pluto trine Jupiter both. I like Mars sextile to Jupiter. I like Mars trine to the Moon. That makes somebody very brave in their own right. It makes somebody, a stand-up person. I like all kinds of sun aspects. The sun, if the sun is making a fortunate aspect to anything, it's gonna help. But the aspects that the sun make are gonna be most prominent. Remember that. The aspects that the sun make are gonna be most prominent. The sun sign is not the most important placement. The moon sign is. Because of proximity and influence, the moon sign is going to be the most important placement because it sets the tone of the energy, and it's incredibly influential on the moods and personality of people on an everyday basis. Now, the aspects that the sun make are going to be most prominent because the sun is going to shine lights on whatever it's making aspect with, for both good or ill. Now, the ascendant point of any chart, whether it's a person or an event chart or whatever chart you're making, is going to be the most significant place in that chart because it puts everything else in place. So the ascendant point is the most significant place in a chart. It's the most significant angle because the ascendant point is a point in the chart. People forget that. They think the ascendant is a placement. The ascendant is not a placement. It's interpreted like a placement, but the ascendant is an angle or a point in a chart. All right. You're in Texas, right? Or you're in Mexico, or you're in UK, or you're in Belgium. All right? You're at those places. You're in those places, right? Those you're movable. You are moving. But the ascendant is what you are. The ascendant is the place. The midheaven is the place. The ascendant is Paris. The midheaven is Stockholm. You get what I mean? Like it is a point in the chart. And the ascendant point is the most significant of all the points in the chart because it puts everything else in place. Now the moon sign, wherever the moon is in any chart, is going to be the most influential place there. as far as the tone that's set energetically. Now, the aspects that the sun make are going to flavor everything that's going on the most. So just remember that. The game is meant to be sold and not told, and I just gave you some free game. Peep game. Now, as far as Thanksgiving goes, before anybody does their thing, because we've had so many people that have differing opinions about Thanksgiving and about what you should be celebrating, what you shouldn't, because of the persecution and because of genocide, because of this and this. And look, it might be a tradition that was started because of that. But the reason that most people do even indulge is because of the family tradition that it brings to their family. And the get together and the community that they built with their family. There's so many things that have horrible, horrible beginnings and intentions that it's sad. And so I would never be judgmental of someone being thankful. If no matter what day it is, no matter what started it, if you're coming together to give thanks, then that could never be a bad thing. So you can never judge anybody for that, no matter what the origin of the holiday actually is supposed to mean. Which that couldn't have been what happened anyway. We know that. So let's be thankful that that is something that we have progressed away from. Let's be thankful that we're able to come together and have that day of community with people, or be able to enjoy and indulge the exuberance of that day, instead of being judgmental of what people are doing. Because I understand that, but I'm not an activist when it comes to that. And I respect Native people here in America. I respect African people. I respect Caucasian people. I respect people of Spanish or even Hispanic descent, of Polynesian and island or Pacific Island descent, of Newfoundland or Australian descent, of Asian descent, of Middle Eastern descent. I respect everyone. And me having a meal with my family on a specific day of the year is a culmination of my family coming together and giving thanks for us being able to make it to this point every year. It has nothing to do with whatever happened with those people before us. It has to do with, okay, look, we've made it to another one of these days. We've made it to Thanksgiving here again. So we need to give thanks that we are able to come together again and enjoy this meal together. Break bread, as people would say. So that is the understanding that I've developed. A lot of people get so caught up these days in the trends and that, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And you should look. You shouldn't be telling people what they should and shouldn't be doing. You should be minding your own motherfucking business. That's what you should be doing. Giving thanks could never be a negative thing. No matter what you believe in, or no matter what your day you celebrate it. And some people you should be grateful every day. That's right, Pisces, Princesses, Paranormal Playground. But having a day that y'all come together as a family and break bread in celebration of thanks, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just another mindless ritual that people have gotten caught up in. Any more questions? We've been here for 3 hours. We're going to be here for 30 more minutes, and then I'm out. Y'all enjoy this full moon energy tonight, because we're still going to be in that waning full moon energy, but it still be here inside. We'll be out of major opposition aspect by this evening. That means the sun and the moon will not be will not be opposite to each other by this evening. But we will still be in that full moon energy probably until tomorrow night. And then we'll shift. We'll have a Sagittarius new moon. And then a Cancer full moon. So yeah. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what I'm able to pull out for you. Can't make any guarantees, but I'm going to try to be here for sure. This is my new office space. That's right, Pisces. That's right, Pisces. We might cut it early if there's only like 8 people here. If we got any questions, let's get it out. If we don't pick up, we'll come back, reset, and we'll be back like same time tomorrow. Maybe even a little earlier. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty fucking good today. Sun trine the ascendant. You talking about a 0-degree orb. You know who you are. You're comfortable in your own skin. There's nothing fake about you. There's no conflict between, what people will see or what you're projecting and who you really are. You're good. You're good like that. There's a natural ease of expression. And that's always a good thing. Always. You said, is that a Leo rising? No. A Leo rising is a Leo rising. If you're a Leo rising, then you're a Leo rising. If you're not a Leo rising, you're not a Leo rising. Yeah, go Cowboys. You there? Forever. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You can tap the fuck out. You're going to be looking at this every week. Every motherfucking week. Yeah. Don't get put out, Charlie. You're an honorary Cowboys fan. Taurus moon in the 9th house, good or bad? That's great. Taurus moon in the 9th house is a beautiful thing. You're very comfortable with yourself. You're outgoing. You're comfortable in your own skin. You have very solid habits. So like you're just good people is really fundamentally deep down. Now you are worried about money a lot, but I mean, there's worse things you could be worried about. Most definitely. Gemini moon in the 2nd house. You talk too motherfucking much. No, I'm just playing. Gemini moon in the 2nd house. I would just more or less say that you're the type of person that you're all over the place emotionally sometimes. You don't know how to feel. So you're looking for something to ground you. You're looking for something to ground you. And money grounds you. Because you can do all kinds of stuff with money. Yeah. You don't be knowing how to feel, though, a lot of the times. You talk about your feelings more than you feel your feelings. And money makes you feel safe. And it also gives you options to do a whole bunch of different things, which is what you like to do. So it's like a plus, plus. Plus, 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 plus. Yeah, I spit facts like text. Yeah, fine. All right, we're leaving in 5 minutes, y'all. We've been here long enough. Fuck it. We'll probably be back tomorrow. I got some other stuff I'm doing. I'm gonna go make me an egg sandwich. Egg sandwich. So 5 minutes and we out. Y'all don't appreciate nothing, no what? I love you. But yeah. So Moon trine Neptune, 5 degrees. That's not really a trine, but yeah. Moon trine Neptune, you got some gifts. You love music. You're very spiritual. You're very Moon trine Neptune. Like you're very imaginative. You know how to use your emotions creatively. All that type of shit, but 5 degrees ain't really a trine. So I love y'all. I'm finna go. I appreciate your support. For any of y'all interested in any astrological readings, don't get at me in my comments. No. Get at me in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And I do all types of readings, not just natal chart readings. I do Pluto through Aquarius transit journey readings, where I'm assess Pluto's journey through Aquarius and how it's going to affect all of your personal planets over the next 20 years. I give specific dates on that. I can do solar return readings. I can do synastry. I do numerology readings. I offer consultations. I had one of my students say something came up, so they're not going to be able to take care of their classes at the moment. So their deposit is still there, and they'll just catch the next round. So they're already penciled in for the next round. So I'm probably going to be able to accept one more apprentice. And if you're interested in that, you have to get at me. But as I've said before, it's not cheap. It's priceless. One of my apprentices, Love 12, she stays studying all of the time. And we haven't even started classes yet. She's so far advanced because she stayed studying before this. So she just made it easier on herself. She's realizing that I'm going to give her the basics. She develops her understanding, and so she's going to be an amazing astrologer. So get at me. I love y'all. I appreciate everything. Everything. My books are open as far as readings go. I have one numerology reading to do that I'm going to do today. And other than that, things are opened up again. Fuck fear, we here. We living, we working. We creating. I appreciate everybody. Y'all keep it chill till next time.